Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Sandy on April 2nd. Hope you guys had an amazing April Fool's Day. It was the ultimate spring day here in New Jersey and super excited thinking about April Fools and April fuels and how does our business owners they stay motivated, how do they stay in momentum, how do they stay excited about the season that's upon us now, because a lot of you are getting super busy, which is great. Some of you have been busy, talking to so many people that are right back where they wanted to be. Money's flowing, cash flow changes, recruiting, exciting times for the springtime wherever you are in the country. So what really is a fuel for a business owner? So I think about the passion that runs through, the ambition, the determination that they need to succeed. Today is an amazing day here in our world. We are getting ready for a webinar this evening. Hopefully you guys will attend. It is on rewiring your mindset. So it's all about focused energy on leads and marketing and what it takes to actually succeed in your business and who you are to your company as a leader, as an owner. So one of the things that drove you to become a business owner was the passion that you had for your business. And when you have this deep passion for what you do, whether it's a skill set or running company, it's maybe your product or service or the industry that you're in, the passion is going to help you stay motivated even during tough times, because not every day is a good day as a business owner. As we all know, it's not an easy ride, right? A lot of you traded in your 40-hour work week with sleep at night because you were earning a paycheck and earning extra commission incentives, and now we're working 80-hour weeks, leading people, dealing with teams. And how do you maintain that fire in your belly and the fuel that you need to be able to become successful in your endeavor that you went in on? So that is something that I think about, and clear vision is number one for me. Anybody who has been listening to Breakfast with Sandy long enough knows that as a mindset coach, I look at it as what is our vision? It's going to propel us when times are tough, when we are uncertain about what the next move is. Obviously, that's why we coach and train in this area and these industries, is because we help you create that vision for yourself when you don't know what your next move is, right? What do you want to achieve? Whether it's building that successful company, making an impact in your community or your family, or maybe you're just looking to solve a particular problem that you saw when you were working for someone else, and now that vision is going to give you and your business your direction and your purpose. And it's not always about passion, it's about the vision of your purpose. So passion sometimes wanes, and it's not always the catalyst that's going to move us forward. So for me, I 100% think about, what is your purpose? People who lack purpose normally go for the instant gratification. They don't know how to delay the gratification. And anybody who's running a business out there listening to this knows that, man, it's not easy. It's not easy. But that passion, when that goes away and you can stick to your purpose and delay what the success is going to look like and see it down the road and create the habits that are necessary to drive you forward, that's when magic happens. Because we can have all of the passion in the world, and that passion burns, and I understand that all too well. But when you don't have a purpose, and I've seen it, men fail, women fail in their business because they don't have a vision, they don't attach it to their purpose in life. They make bad decisions because they don't yet know what their purpose is. So defining that is going to help them gain that momentum to delay that gratification. Know that choices that they make in the moment are not the ones that are going to get them to where they want to go and what their purpose looks like. Growth and learning. Business owners are often fueled by the desire to grow personally and professionally. That's why we have a coaching organization. We have people in our world that are business owners and their leadership teams and everyone that they employ who is looking for growth and learning, right? They thrive on learning new things, whether it's improving their business skills, understanding the new latest technology, or exploring innovative ways to run their business. right? We talk about client experience all the time. So what does that look like in your world? Where are you as far as adapting to new technologies, or being innovative, or doing what your competitors are afraid to do, or just too strung out to even focus on putting their growth into purpose, and then growing and learning within their own organization, and most importantly, growing within yourself. That is number one for me, is how do we self-improve? And I'm not talking about the self-help where we're listening to 1,000 podcasts, attending all these seminars and webinars and things that we just we take a little bit of something and then we do nothing with it. So how do we really guide ourselves, and what is that going to look like, and what do we want to learn? How do we become innovative? Those are a little food for thought this morning. You went into business, and what fuels you is independence to run your own teams, to run the business the way that you want to. The things that you want in your life are right there. What is stopping you from getting that, right? What is that? Because when people go into business for themselves, it's usually driven by the autonomy and control over their own destiny. That is something that I know that people say, well, I don't want to work for anyone else. I'm not good with a boss, right? So the biggest motivator for you may be the autonomy to be able to make your own decisions. But the problem comes from, what decisions do I make? How do I have the clarity in the environment that I'm looking for in order to become successful? And that's one of the pivots that we need to make, is understanding when is it time to reach for help. I can only get me so far in this business with my knowledge base as it is right now. However, what are we doing to put ourselves in the next light? What are we doing to challenge ourselves, right? Business owners thrive on challenges, and they enjoy solving problems, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have gone into business ownership. It's not for the faint of heart. That's for absolute sure. Many sleepless nights, many wondering, where is the next job going to come from? What does my AR look like? How am I going to hire for this position? When do I add another truck? That's why we're here. We help coach you. We help understand from your financial statements, when is it time to pivot? When is it time to be innovative? When is it time to add a new truck, add new employees, maybe take on a second line of business? But it's a challenge, and the journey that you have, it's exciting for you. So why are we stopping? Why are we losing momentum, right? And it could be something inside you, and that's what our webinar is going to be all about today at 5 p.m. If you're not registered, I'm going to put the link in before we end today. We are looking to rewire your brain to accept the challenges that come your way, and make sure that those financial rewards are exactly what you went into business for, right? The potential for financial success. It's a motivator. Don't say it's not. I know it's not all about the money. However, it's about generating profitability. It's about enjoying your lifestyle on your terms, right? Not just for yourselves, but for their employees, possibly the investors into your company, and most importantly, the community. You are solving problems for your community. And I don't see that enough on your social media. Why aren't we not telling the world about what we do, who we are, how we stand up for our industry, why you're different than everyone else? So how are we communicating our motivation to be the best in the business to our community? And what impact are you having? Today I was asked to come speak at the College in New Jersey. Super amazing experience to be able to go speak with future business owners about what their life can look like by having that financial freedom, autonomy, clear choices. We live in a world today where everything's uncertain, and the people who think that getting a paycheck is more certain than going out on your own, I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. Haven't seen it. I've seen some amazing people walk through our doors and do things that most other people are unwilling to do. So how are we going to make the best of it, right? What positive impact are we going to have on others and our society? Every day somebody starts a new business adds momentum into our economy. It adds an enlightenment of their choices. We have choices of who to use for the services. You get to serve your community and your people. Who are your people? What do they look like? Who do you want to serve? This is all just what fuels me, and I love that I get to do what I do every day, right? You build a business because you're leaving behind a legacy. What is a legacy that you're desiring? You're showing your kids that you can step up and you don't have to be part of the economic system that was pre-built for you. So what are we doing as far as driving business owners, pushing you forward, the legacy that you're going to leave? Whether you're scaling for profitability, you're scaling for future, you're scaling to sell, you're scaling a franchise, whatever it is, that engine, when it's well built, will create a legacy, a financial stream for your children, for your families, or to give back to the community in the way that you would want, whatever that reward looks like for you. I think that one of the things I know that drives me as an entrepreneur is 100% risk. I love taking the risk of starting something new, seeing what is going to become of it, and it's adventurous. Like, if anyone knows me, they know that I'm all about what adventure is next, right? Whether it's traveling to a different country or, hanging out with locals, taking risks and doing things that most people are afraid to do. That's why you went into business, because you are not risk avoidant. You're going all in. You're doing something that most people don't know how to pave the path to do, right? So the last thing that I have today for is about feedback and recognition. Everybody needs feedback, whether you're a top A player, you're a multi-million-dollar organization. Feedback is essential. It helps us to pivot in times when we're listening to the feedback of the people that we're serving, the community, our employees, the leadership team, whatever. Be open to that feedback. Positive feedback from customers can fuel you for days. Days when you don't feel like getting up in the morning, days you don't feel like getting dressed, you don't feel like talking to your clients, you don't feel like talking and dealing with the employees. You know you have another 18-hour day ahead of you, but that recognition and that positive feedback, those amazing reviews, that's what fuel is. It's recognition for the hard work that you're doing, for the success you're achieving, for the profitability that you're putting into the bank. This business that you have built or are building is going to give you the energy to keep going. It's all about momentum. Momentum. If you are having a stop, something is helping you to self-sabotage. If things are not going your way, if the money isn't flowing, if your marketing isn't resonating, you must be on that webinar today. It's going to help you to uncover some of the old limiting traumatic experiences that we hold deep into our subconscious and we don't allow to come to the surface, so that we can acknowledge, accept, and obliterate. And that way we can move on with these healthy habits that are pushing you to become the business and the reason that you went into it to begin with. There's so much to be gained from having a positive outlook on your business. I'm not just talking about a positive affirmations and positive mindset. It takes more than that to create the shift that's necessary for future success. So I hope you join us today. It's going to be amazing. We have a bunch of people coming, and hopefully it is a discussion that you may need, even if it's something that you've already dealt with, grappled with, and feel like you are just unstoppable. Come and learn how to help your teams. There are people that are struggling, and this is what we signed up for, to give back to the people that we employ, the community we serve, and anyone that we have an impact on. So I look forward to seeing you all at 5 p.m. East Coast time today, April 2nd, and we will talk to you next week, I would guess, next Wednesday. Excited. Happy April, and I will see you all later. Have a great day.